Hello, hello. What's up, guys? You are watching the Couch Casuals, and we're coming at you this week from Down Under. It's your boy, Robert Dylan Vasquez, with my beautiful co-host,
Kyle Diorio. Welcome, guys. UFC 293, Danger Down Under. More like Dinky Down Under.
Dinky. As in,
A stinky dinky.
I think the dingo ate the rest of the card because
Dingo ate the majority of this card.
this is a sleeper card. We'll call it that. We're not
We'll call
discrediting.
it sleeper.
Yeah, we're not
This is a
discrediting.
casual take when I say dingo or dinky down under.
So what makes you say that, Kyle?
I mean, it's just such a low quality card. Like, it's not a great card.
Okay,
It's not. This is not an $80 price tag card. This needed to be like half off bargain bin. Yes, Izzy's mainlining. I love Izzy. Tai Tuivasa's on the show. Always a banger. But like, I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm super casual and Manel Kep versus Felipe dos Santos will just pop off. And it probably will, you know. But I don't know who Felipe dos Santos is.
The fighters of today might be your favorite fighters of tomorrow.
They could be.
So,
they could be.
That being said, the headliner of this card and then the co-main are really what's bringing your attention to this. You have Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland, the matchup that no one saw coming in 2023.
It really should have happened, but...
And then you have Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. Neither of those guys are heavy grapplers. You are in for a slugfest.
Yeah, someone's going to sleep. Someone's taking a nap.
But we'll get to that when we get to that. First fight of the night, we have Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj.
Do we want to just a quick highlight? We're not going to talk. We don't have to talk about it, but Izzy's teammate Carlos Ulberg is in the featured prelim versus Dawoon Young. That should be a pretty solid banger.
That's a pretty kid right there.
It's a good looking fight.
I think he's an ex-model, if I'm not mistaken.
Dawoon Young?
I think he was a stripper too. No. Ulberg.
Honestly, they're both good looking dudes.
I haven't seen the other guy.
I got the picture right here. Oh, Ulberg? Okay, I could see it. He's got that he's got that look.
Pretty sure he's a male dancer.
Probably. Well, these boys are about to dance in the featured
Nice.
prelim. But I just want to throw that out there. Sorry.
So about the undercard, you got to have somebody like a local bring eyes into the pay-per-view, and I think that Carlos Ulberg's the one to do it.
I think it's a smart pick.
He suffered a defeat in, I think it was the Apex, which if you're fighting in front of your crowd, 20,000 plus, and then you go to the Apex fighting in front of 150, 100 people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not the same level of excitement.
When was that Apex fight? Because Ulberg's actually riding a 4-fight win streak right now. 3 finishes in the first round.
Yeah, I like that. I like those odds a lot.
That's a solid little record he's got.
I just believe he only suffered the defeat that he has in his career. I believe it was in the Apex. I'm not
I
exactly
wonder if
sure.
it'll say for me. Let's see. I could Google it. It's probably not that big a deal.
But yeah, I got Carlos Ulberg all day. I'm repping.
I'm taking Ulberg.
I'm taking the New Zealanders and the Australians all night. Whoever's on
All
this
night.
card that's local, all night.
I'm picking them all. They're going. They gotta win. But that brings us into the fight you just mentioned, the first fight of the main card: Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj from Sweden. I've never heard of this guy. That's a casual take, I'm sure.
Well, I've definitely heard of Tyson Pedro, and that guy can bang.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tyson Pedro is a fun fighter. Is he a teammate? Is he a teammate of Izzy's?
I'm not sure who all is in their camps.
Yeah,
I'm
not sure either.
I know the core guys that train together. You know, you got the Izzies and the Volks and the Dan Hookers.
Yeah. Pedro's coming off a loss against Bukauskas in Greenville, I believe.
Nice.
Anton, let's take a quick peek at his record. He's coming off of 2 losses in the UFC, so not exactly what you're. Maybe they're just feeding it to the local.
Well, this might be the end all be all for him because they're signed to a 4-fight deal, and if they lose 3 fights, that option is out.
It's not a good look. So this guy's gonna have to come out and win.
He's fighting for his life.
Fighting for his life. Maybe he'll be on like a tough
redemption
redemption show, just like they just did.
I got Tyson Pedro. Send this cat back to the locals. Send him back to the regional scene.
Pedro is. I'm taking Pedro. I like what I saw of his fight in Greenville, even though he lost. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty close fight.
You done? Tyson Pedro for the first pick of the night.
Tyson Pedro.
Official first pick of the night because Carlos Olberg, he's
official. Yeah, the official first pick is our boy Pedro.
Okay. Next pick should be pretty easy for the both of us. You have Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. Now, if you guys have never seen Justin Tafa fight, or some of you older heads that watch the show, if you've ever seen Mark Hunt fight,
they look so similar.
Kids, if you don't know who Mark Hunt is, you're talking about an MMA kickboxing legend. And this guy, Justin Tafa, is the second coming of Mark Hunt. Now,
he looks just like him. He fights just like him.
Not to be mistaken with Mark's brother, Mike Hunt.
Lesser known Hunt brother.
But you have Justin Tafa, who, like I said about Tyson Pedro, and he's just a fighter's fighter. Like he's your fighter's favorite fighter because the dude, he'll hit you with walk-off KOs, just like Mark Hunt, swinging and banging. He's had some L's here and there, but I don't know his win streak, but nobody wants to fight this cat.
Nah, he's a big dude. He's a big dude. Someone's going to sleep just about every time he's in the ring. He is coming off of a 2-fight win spree. Mm-hmm. Last fight against Parker Porter, and we've seen a lot of memes lately with Parker Porter for some reason.
Yeah.
But just about all of his fights, if they go to decision, he loses. If they go early, it's him knocking somebody out. He's a big dude.
I would bet on the latter. Okay, just me. DraftKings.com/CouchCasual CCMMA. Justin Tafa by KO. I don't know how Pedro's gonna get it done, Tyson Pedro, but I know that he'll probably pull out a decision for the first fight of the night. Could be a banger, could be a knockout, but I don't see somebody on a 2-fight losing streak on the verge. Just all that pressure, and then him being a Swede. You said
he's a Swedish man, yeah.
He's on the away team, Bubba. So a lot of pressure on this cat. I don't see him coming out and making too big of a statement. But if he does, that'll be awesome. But I got Tyson Pedro by decision. And then I got Justin Tafa by knockout.
Justin Tafa by knockout.
So the card's going to go like this, I feel, all night.
It's going to be something to see. I am going to go... This may be just me wanting to have a little spice to the show and a little BR up for grabs. I believe you're 2-1 on me at the moment. Mm-hmm. I'm going Austin Lane. He's a younger guy coming off of a win on the Contender Series, so it's his first official fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
Not really. So they actually fought in June of this year, but it was called in the first round due to an incidental eye poke. Someone couldn't continue.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. So they have actually tried this fight before. I don't remember who got poked, to be honest with you.
It was Justin.
He got poked?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tafa's eye was bad. In the moment, I remember it now. In the moment, that thing looked gross. And then it ended up being like he posted on Instagram later. He's like, I'm all right. I'm like, bro, how? It was in his eye like this, dude.
Ugh.
Like, I don't understand.
Ugh. It looks like his actual eyelids like kind of sliced. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. And it looked gross in the moment. And everybody's like, boo. I was sitting on the couch, the casual couch that I have in there. And I was like, ugh. Like,
it's rough.
It looked bad. It looked like bad news. And eye pokes, whatever, when like they like nick it or whatever, I'm like, okay, well, let him wipe it down, let him rinse it out or some stuff like that. But this one looked.
This one was. It's very clear.
It looked gnar. Yeah.
It's just Google it. I don't think we're gonna throw this up in the video.
No, I don't want to do that.
Probably not.
I don't want
to. It's pretty nasty looking.
Justin Tafa eye injury, eye poke.
Yeah, literally Justin Tafa eye will be the first result.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm gonna ride with Austin Lane
via eye poke.
Via eye poke. Maybe the second round.
Yeah. This
time, but I mean he's got a good record. He looked good on the Contender Series. Justin Tafa, he's definitely a banger, and he can knock this dude out at any moment. But Justin Tafa is never like if I was to have $100, if I had to bet $100, and like my option was Justin Tafa, I don't think I'm ever confident in that bet. I don't think he wins and loses too much. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit of a journeyman. Sorry.
So far, till you get to the next level, and to your point, I'm not changing my pick, but those Contender Series guys are
they're good
motherfuckers, dude.
They're getting better and better. Sugar, I mean, he was from the Contender Series.
What was his name? Big Mouth. Kevin Holland, Contender Series guy. He won his fight.
Who was the first Contender Series champ? It wasn't Sugar. Was it Alexa Grasso?
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, they're making a name. I feel like the quality that comes out of the Contender Series is starting to become a little bit better than the quality that comes out of Tough.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they're good. So I think this will be a fun fight. Someone probably going to sleep. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. It could be my boy Austin, but we're gonna ride with him. We're gonna have a little divvy up here, so we have a little bragging rights up for grabs.
A little casual feud.
But I mean we talked a long time about Justin Tafa and Austin Lane. Let's get into this next banger of a fight.
Hopefully.
You know him, you love him, Felipe Dos Santos. He's coming off his LFA main event, LFA 139. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's probably somewhere on Vimeo.
Fight Pass.
Versus Manel Cape.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen Manel Cape fight before, and he's a pretty impressive fighter, if I do remember correctly.
I'd say.
I know nothing about the other guy though, so.
You do your homework. You do your research.
I need to do my homework. I need to watch LFA 139.
Well, no, but to anybody, we were just talking about it. You and I we've been open about it before. I'm somewhat, and you are a WWE fan. So
love it.
When you had Monday Night Raw, Thursday or Friday Night SmackDown, whichever, and then you had Saturday Night Velocity and Sunday Night Heat, Tuesday Night Contender Series is the UFC's Saturday Night Velocity and Sunday Night Heat. If you have nothing better to do on a Tuesday, and you are a fight fan, check out Dana White's Contender Series. You will not be disappointed. It's either a lopsided matchup, which is like worst case, you get to see somebody put on a show, or it's an even matchup, and rarely do you ever see a boring fight. You see two guys thriving, thirsting for a contract, and I'll leave it at that.
You're seeing potential future stars. Yeah. Like we said, that's where Sugar Sean came from. Let me just take a peek at all the Contender Series signees. Let me see if I can find that really quickly. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is going to take a while. Well, can I just spot some names?
If
Sean O'Malley.
I love it.
Jeff Neal.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
I didn't either. Greg Hardy.
Nice.
Ryan Spann.
Mm-hmm.
Valentina's sister, Macy Barber.
Yeah.
Jimmy Crute. And this is the first two seasons. So, I mean, it probably gets, there's going to be a lot of guys in here that haven't quite probably made a name for themselves just yet. Carlos Ulberg.
Wow.
Phil Hawes. Yeah. So, a lot of Bo Nickel.
Well, everybody knows Bo.
Yeah, he had a shoe in on that one. Not saying anything bad about him, but we all knew he was going somewhere.
I think he had a
So,
couple fights though on the contender series.
one of my personal favorites, Matt Frivola.
Steamroller Favola.
Steamroller. So a lot of good fighters. That being said, I don't think Felipe Dos Santos was on this show, was he?
No. You said he was busy in LFA.
Yeah, LFA, baby.
Yeah, if you're also a fight fan, go watch LFA and WFC and you know.
So like going back to the WWE,
yeah,
analogy, LFA is probably kind of like, I don't know, backyard wrestling. So like,
jeez,
I don't know any of these people, and I mean I am a casual, but who knows? Maybe he'll shock the world and knock Cape out. I'm picking Cape. I don't know by what, but it's going to be by something.
I think Felipe, you said, was a replacement for our guy Kai Carter France.
That's true. He replaced Kai, so like there's a lot of star power gone in this fight.
Well, if you're replacing Kai Carter France, Kai's in the top 5, and so Manuel Cape, where's he at in the rankings of 125ers?
He's 10 on UFC's website.
So this kid, Felipe Dos Santos, can bust into the top 10 on his first fight in the UFC.
You got to feel bad for Cape, though. I mean, the dude went from, like, this is a big test. This is a real test. This is a fight that can propel me into a championship elimination fight.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's fighting somebody who's just, you know, he's got all the risk now. He went from going into this fight with nothing but to gain, and now he's in a fight that it's all risk for him.
It's for his ranking. And
yeah,
Felipe might not get spot number 10, but like, what does that do to Manuel?
It's going to drop him. It's got to.
It has to.
But I don't think it happens.
I got an
Cape
upset.
wins.
No, I got an upset.
You going to Dos Santos?
I'm going Dos Santos. We don't know what this kid can do, and it's short note. But I will agree with you that he was getting prepared for a barn burner with Kai Kara France. And when you have and put training in like that, you're ready for anything and everything. I don't know. You don't know. And Manuel Cape doesn't know what this Felipe Dos Santos kid has for him on short notice. What kind of fighter he is. I want to go with you. I want to go with you, and I want to go Manuel Cape.
You try to spice it up, huh?
I got this kid, this unknown LFA prodigy.
Robbie Paul's feeling the newcomer. LFA, I mean, he main evented and won. It's got to mean something, right?
He won a contract.
He beat Tommy Dreamer. You know?
He beat Al Snow.
He beat Al Snow, baby.
That being said, I got the upset. Felipe Dos Santos by decision. He squeezes it out. It's not going to be pretty.
Okay. Can we split decision?
Maybe split. Maybe.
Is it one of those ones where like everyone in the fans says robbed?
Yeah. The comment.
There's one every card. There's a robbery every card now. Can I just say before we move to the co-main, whatever lights you have going on are just kind of beautiful looking. You're all doused in pink and blue.
Thanks, dude.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Well, whatever visuals I got going on, you got the audio going on with that lovely voiceover voice you have. You could do commercials. You could be a sitcom dad. You could do
Daddy.
With that voice whatever you want to do. It makes me soaking wet every show that we do.
Well, when we're on ESPN here in a couple years.
You got it. I'm going to be the dude holding the boom mic. I'm going to be that guy, and you're going to be the guy speaking into it. And you're going to be like, am I good? I'm like, yeah, Kyle, you're good. If you guys have not followed the Couch Casuals MMA page on Instagram, YouTube, really what I'm talking about here is Instagram, because Kyle and I have been dropping bangers in the comment section of most of MMA's
for
posts.
Those likes.
And
we're a little clout chasing right now, and I really don't want to be clout chasing, but we have to.
Dude, you got over 100 likes, and so did I, and we've just been dropping comments, bangers, under
just trying to
any and every meme page.
Spread the word. Share our page to your story. We're working on some Spotify and some Twitter and other stuff. It's just down we gotta figure some things out with some trademarks.
Yeah,
It's not time.
No,
it's not time, unfortunately.
It's not time.
But when it's time, you'll know.
Not time.
Yeah, throw us a like, throw us a follow, throw us a comment.
And that is Couch
Share.
Casuals MMA. And
No
then
one else.
YouTube is just Couch Casuals. You can do CCMMA, Couch Casuals MMA. Don't be mistaken for any
Like
other
a
thing.
casual
It's Couch Casuals.
It's the Couch Casuals.
Co-main event.
Co-main.
Thai.
Someone's going to sleep.
Shui Tuivasa. Now, before I even mention the
fan.
next guy, I did a Shui at UFC Charlotte.
As you can see in our vlog. Of the event.
It's only 5 minutes. Go check it out.
Go watch.
I think it's a really good watch. It's one of our most liked videos, or most viewed videos, rather. I actually did a shoey with my boy Jordan for his birthday out of the same shoe. Because I think that's my thing now.
I think that shoe's getting a little rowdy.
I mean, I'm going to get some new ones, but I think that's my thing now.
Do you wear that shoe?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gross.
I wear it. I drink out of it.
Wow.
Well, see, what I don't do, what Ty does is, for those of you who don't know a shoey, you get the booze, you get the beer, and you pour it into the shoe, and then Ty spits in it and then chugs it. I don't do that part.
Why does he spit in it? I didn't even realize that.
I don't know. But he'll, like, when he wins and gets up on the cage and he sits there, he'll go like this, like Austin 316 wants some beers.
Someone throws him a shoe.
Someone throws him a shoe, which I think is more gross than doing it out of your own shoe. But
yeah, because it's just somebody's shoe half the time.
cage fighters aren't wearing shoes. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
What's he going to do? So he gets the shoe, gets the booze, pours the beer, spits, and chugs, which is the most efficient way to drink beer, I feel. A can, you're going to catch air bubbles. A glass, you're going to get it on the sides. Whereas
that's why the Germans do the boot.
Das Boot.
The glass boot, you know? I've done a couple Das Boots.
Have you?
I have.
We need to get together and do some Das Boots. I'll wear my boots.
Well, I'm down. A couple Das Boots.
And then the next guy,
Yeah, go ahead.
Not only do you have Tai Tuivasa, who I think his most recent loss was to Cyril Gane. Was that...
Cyril Gane and then Sergey Pavlovich as well.
Oh, yeah,
Our boy's taken a lot of damage in the last two fights.
Mm-hmm.
However, he has taken some extended time off this time.
Sure.
He hasn't fought since December 3rd of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he's recovered that chin, because every time he fights, he's getting hurt, but he's like swinging right back at you.
He's taken two to give you that one. He's taking a licking, and he keeps on ticking.
He keeps on ticking.
So what scares me about the Cyril Gane and Sergey Pavlovich, what scares me about those matchups is Cyril Gane is a technical striker, just piecing him up, getting out of the way, making him miss.
Kicks.
Just
Them
boom, boom,
kicks
boom.
are some of those just brutal I've never seen someone react so visually to a gut kick.
Yeah.
And it was like straight up, toes hitting his sternum, and he would like gag.
And Ty's got a belly on him.
He does.
I'm not talking, too much trash. He's got a belly on him, right?
Could you imagine if he ever got down to like light heavyweight?
Oh man, he would look like a flying squirrel. So when that's a technical striker. Now Sergey, I'm not saying he's not technical, but he said, Tai Tuivasa, he says, when he hit me the first time, I knew I was fucked. Excuse my language. But that's a quote. He goes, that guy hits so hard. And when you're talking about a guy who's technical, and when you're talking about a guy who hits hard, Alexander Volkov is
a little bit of both.
You're talking about Rocky IV right now.
Yeah. I mean, his last loss was against Tom Aspinall.
Well,
which has been a little while now. He's beaten a lot of good fighters. He's beaten Overeem. He's beaten Tybura. He's beaten Rosenstrike. He's beaten Romanov. I'm not sure who Romanov is, but
which
he's Pretty good fighter.
He beat Derek Lewis for 14 minutes and 30 seconds.
He got caught.
And he got caught and slept. And that's when Derek first took his shorts off. If you don't know about Derek Lewis taking his shorts off, YouTube it.
He's done it twice, so you got one of two videos to watch.
His balls was hot. That's what he said.
His balls was hot.
But Alexander Volkov is a technical striker. Like I said, neither of these guys are grapplers.
Nah. No.
And I'm worried about Ty, but do I see him losing 3 times in a row? Because you're talking about Cyril Gane, and then you're talking about Sergey. They're talking about Tom Aspinall and Sergey for the number 1 contender spot of John Jones versus Stipe. Which, if either of those guys win, John Jones or Stipe, we'll get to that when we get to that. But I see them fighting for an interim, and I see that becoming the Robert Whittaker, Yoel Romero. How neither of them fought GSP or Michael Bisping, and so there's really not. Which I'll bring that up next. I'll bring that up after this, which may be controversial. Just remind me.
I'll try.
I got Ty.
I'm going with Ty, dude.
That guy's not losing 3 in a row.
It's time for our boy to get back on. I think Volkov is a solid fight where he can win. It's a tough fight, but it's a tough fight he can win.
I didn't see him knocking out Derek Lewis. Tai Tuivasa back when?
I think I picked him. I think that was one of my early sleeper picks. I rode with my boy Ty, and I'm a little bit of money on that one.
Well, I bet my friend that Ty might win, but he's not gonna knock him out. He's not knocking out Derek Lewis. I go, how about I'll do a shoey if he knocks out Derek Lewis.
I was there.
And guess what?
I recorded it.
He fucking did a shoey. Or I did a shoey. Because he knocked out Derek Lewis. So, same stakes. I know this is really nothing to me now because I've done a bunch of them. But if he knocks out Volkov, I will be celebrating with Tai Tuivasa doing a shoey. You can guarantee it. I might even do it on the show.
If he gets a KO, okay.
If he gets a KO, I'll shoey on the show.
All right, Ty. And Ty, you're always welcome to come onto the show. We'll interview you. Talk about whatever you want.
Open invite. Open invite.
Open invite to Ty, Israel, Sean, Manel Cape, Justin Toffa, Austin, anybody on the card.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we would get the most lucky getting Felipe. I feel like that's the most likely one.
I think he's gonna beat my ass for talking all that shit.
Well, only because he fights for KFC or whatever the fuck you said.
LFA, baby. Come on now.
Okay. Ty, we agree?
Ty.
Mr. Shuey himself. On to the only reason people are buying this card, and
if they buy it,
and the only reason that they're streaming it for sure, no matter how you're doing it, legally or illegally, we're the Couch Casuals. We definitely insist that you buy cards.
Buy them. Use our code. Get 2 cents off.
Now that's one of our lower discounts.
Yeah, we're still working on that one.
Yeah, but the UFC's a tough cookie to crack, dude.
$79.97 is not a bad price.
No, it beats out the opposition.
Yeah.
You're telling me you would rather pay $79.99 than pay $79.97? You're stupid. You're throwing away money.
Anyone would just put their code in. Just type it in. Save yourself 2 cents.
You know what you can do with those 2 pennies? You rub them together, just like that.
Yeah.
So.
Get a little static electricity going.
The Manziel, the Johnny Manziel. That's also an efficient way to rub your testicles when they itch. Shout out to Johnny Manziel.
The pinch and roll is the most efficient nut scratching method.
You have Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Now, before I even get to this, they're fighting for the middleweight belt. This is what I want you to remind me of, but I remembered.
The middleweight belt.
The interim middleweight belt.
Why? Because GSP or
that's not a real title.
Never lost it.
That's not a real title. The lineage isn't there. No. Robert Whittaker went out and beat Yoel Romero twice. That's not an easy. It's not an easy feat.
No.
And then Izzy went out, Bah, 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 hit him with the lean. Put Robert on his back. He put Robert Whitaker. Not me. Izzy ain't doing that to me. But
No, not Robbie Paul.
put Robert Whitaker on his back. And he won the LFA championship.
It's not the LFA.
And he won the middleweight title. What I'm
UFC.
saying is GSP took that thing and ran. And I feel like he flubbed a lot of it up. So that's my gripe with the middleweight title. But
Well, then that's a gripe with GSP. That's not the title's fault.
But what Izzy has done.
So is John's heavyweight title not real?
We talking about DC? You talking about
No.
Stipe?
Francis.
Oh. Yeah.
He was champ.
Yeah.
So John is not the heavyweight champion of the world?
No, it's Francis. And I will not be surprised if Francis walks out to that Tyson Fury fight wearing the UFC heavyweight championship belt.
That'd be something.
That's just my opinion. The lineage has to go on.
Izzy is hands down the middleweight champ.
I think
he's beat enough people at this point that the history doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he didn't beat GSP.
Well, do you think he could?
I think he could. Given the age difference and the point of their career. Exactly. I mean, look, that's when they would fight.
But the GSP...
If you want to talk about prime GSP and prime, that's a whole different conversation. But GSP, if he fought Izzy the year Izzy won the title, Izzy wins. Does that make sense?
No.
No.
I think Izzy gets WF'd by GSP. By GSP. Because GSP didn't even have to wrestle Bisping. He didn't even have to wrestle Bisping. A one-eyed Bisping, and he got pieced up, caught up. So the hands might not be there, but the grappling's always going to be there. And you're talking about
grappling's there.
You're talking about one of the GOATs. You're talking about past steroid allegations, which whatever, I don't believe those. We're getting into fantasy right now. What I will tell you is Izzy, the things that he's been doing at middleweight have not been done since Anderson the Spider Silva. And I will be one of those casuals to say, prime Izzy, prime Anderson, doesn't matter. I think I got Izzy all the way.
I think I'd take Izzy.
And people
would shit on us for that.
That's a casual take, I feel. But I was in the game. I played UFC 2009. Like I was with the
He was there.
I knew how good Anderson Silva was. I watched all the highlights. I watched Spike TV, okay? I watched it back when it was on Spike.
Hell yeah.
You can't tell me that Anderson wasn't awesome, but the level of competition, his debut was against Chris Lieben. You couldn't have served a better fight for that guy to start out on. And he beat Forrest Griffin at 205, which again is a 1-2 hook. 1-2 hook. It's like the diversity that Anderson had. He was the Izzy before the Izzy. And then Izzy was even more of Anderson than Anderson was. So when they fought, it was an out of prime Anderson Silva. But I mean, you can't tell me, like, all respect to Anderson, I think Izzy's toe from a high kick like grazed him. He just got back just enough. And Izzy was like, I almost got you. He was super impressed with Anderson. Ultimate chess match.
It'd be a sight to behold. A prime Anderson versus a prime Izzy.
I don't think the UFC would have put it on though.
Why not?
Just like they didn't put on Anderson versus John. Because at the time, the champ fights, they weren't. So you're either bringing prime Anderson here, or you're bringing prime Izzy back then. And I think either way it goes, either way the cookie crumbles, I got Izzy real Adesanya.
I'd take Izzy as well.
Laying out the history of one of the smartest tactical fighters in all of the middleweight division, ran through it twice, ran through champion after champion, after contender after champion, lost to his foe, redemption against his foe. Flatlined Alex Bejeda. Fucking Bo, is going up against, and I say this so nicely, one of the dumbest fighters in UFC history.
For those that don't know, it's Sean Strickland. This is not a good matchup. Izzy's gonna piece this man up. Sean, he's flat-footed. He does like a weird, like, what is it, the Philly shell kind of? Like, that shit's not gonna work.
I got Sean Strickland.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Do you really?
He's really going to mess up my parlay. And I don't mean the parlay on the card. I mean, Sugar Sean was not supposed to be Aljo. Sean Strickland is not supposed to be Izzy. And no one besides me and Donald Trump want Colby to beat Leon Edwards. If these three guys, because the Colby fight to me is a shoe-in. He's going to wipe the floor with Leon Edwards. We'll get to that when we get to that. Sean could really mess up my parlay right now.
He's going to.
By not
You're picking
beating.
it? You're locking in this in?
I'm locked in.
Dude.
I'm locked
Sean's
in.
going to come out there flat-footed, walking directly straight at Izzy for 1 to 2 rounds and get knocked out. If Sean decides to play smart and does throw some wrestling in there, that's where he has a chance to win.
Say it again.
That's where he has somewhat of a chance to win.
I don't doubt you. I really don't. But I heard he was taken from Brendan Allen via Instagram. This is just me. I feel like I heard that he's taken down Magomed Ankalaev at will. At will, dude.
Well, if he does that, then let's see it. Let's see it happen, Sean. This is your chance for a title. Are you going to play smart or are you going to play your balls?
Because I will tell you that when you fight for the fans will reciprocate it. Win or lose, Nate Diaz fights for himself, but he is a fan favorite. That's what I mean. I'm not saying he fights for the fans.
Yes.
Same with Michael Chandler. When he goes out there at Justin Gaethje and is going like this, and he loses, or he's fighting Dustin Poirier and loses, when he wins, fighting the same way, you're even more hyped. When he knocks out Tony Ferg and calls for his title shot against Conor McGregor, like, that's what you want. You want a fighter that's going to entertain and put asses in seats.
Agreed.
Sean Strickland does do that, but I will admit he does not gain anything playing that game with Izzy this time.
No.
He's got to go out there.
Me.
He's got to go out there and win. Go ahead.
Name your favorite Sean Strickland fight.
The one that he just had. Will you look that up for me? The one he just won. Because there was one.
I know you're talking about.
There was one where he was talking to the guy. It was in the Apex. He was talking to the guy, and he's like,
I think that was Jack Hermanson.
I don't know if it was Jack Hermanson.
Is it not?
It was in the Apex, and he's like, fall. He's like, you're a tough son of a bitch. Fall.
It was Jack Hermanson.
Was it?
It was right before the Pereira fight.
It might have even been before that.
Abus Magomedov.
Mm-hmm. The guy that was supposed. The guy that was supposed to. Go ahead.
I've seen a few of Sean's fights, and like he's not like an entertaining fighter.
Have you seen his sparring?
Yeah.
The guy's lost a couple brain cells.
He's definitely lost a brain. The dude's his mouth is fucking hilarious.
He's a CTE tard, if you understand. Zing.
He's dumb.
He's dumb. Like I said it, and sure, I'll get invited out and I'll get beat up by Sean Strickland. He's 60 pounds heavier than me.
Beat the hell out of us.
Yeah. But
we could tag team that man in the cage and he beat the shit out of us.
That does not take away from his fight IQ. If he goes out there and his little pitter patter Philly shell against
He likes to like slap the punches away. It's not gonna work.
It's called parrying. It's called...
I know what it is, but it's still funny to see it happen because he does it just so. He's just so casual about it.
Couch casuals.
He's couch casual.
When you fight Alex Pereira, and you literally, if he would have won that fight and not sent Alex to the moon to fight Izzy, it's a weird like Back to the Future. Like none of this ever would have played out as it did if he would.
Sean wrestled against Alex. We'd be in a different timeline altogether.
We'd be in a different timeline. So it's like, this is your one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
You're not getting back. I don't think he gets back there. He lost to Cannonier.
No, he's not getting back.
Um,
Did you know him and Kamaru Usman fought?
I did know that.
Yeah,
actually. It's kind of a random match. 2017. It's crazy. Sean has been in the UFC since 2014.
But he wasn't Sean. He was Tarzan. That's what his nickname was.
That was his nickname?
Tarzan. Because he had.
He does have. He has the look. He had the look. That's hilarious.
But he got knocked a couple screws loose, and now he's speaking his mind. I think he wore a shirt for the little media, whatever, and he was like, "Cancel me," and then it had Sean Strickland with an American flag. Like, he speaks his mind to a fault.
Yeah, he does. 100%.
He said, "I'm not losing to somebody who paints their fingernails and jerks off to anime," which, if we're being politically correct, Sean, it's hentai. But
Robert would know.
I don't know anything about that.
He says, sure.
Izzy said, French tips, baby. I'm going to knock him out with painted nails. And
let's be honest. I can ask you a question. You know what? I don't mind guys trying to get their nails painted, different colors. The French tips look kind of ridiculous.
Well, I don't know if you remember the last time he had it. They're doing the check where they're patrolling him up, and they go like this with the gloves, and the guy's like, you got extended nails. And he's like, no, I got regular size nails just like these, but the tip is painted. Now, I personally, on a woman, love French tips. They're awesome. But on Izzy's hands, it freaks me out, dude.
Go with a monocolor. Go with like green. Match your trunks. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, do you remember
French tips ain't it?
Do you remember when Izzy had his pink hair? His father, he was about to fight Yoel Romero. He goes, my dad told me, hey, shave it all off, because even if you hit Yoel square in the nose and he's kind of blurry, or you hit him, you knock him off his rocker, he's going to be able to tell where your head is from your bright ass pink hair. So his dad,
That's smart.
Yeah, dude. His dad was like, you got to shave that shit, Bubba. So with these nails, I know that he's not a John Jones. He's not going to fight like this or like anything like that. But I wouldn't give him anything. I know his fists are going to be closed for the most part. I wouldn't give him anything.
Would you, if you were in the UFC, would you have your hand out like that? I think I do. I think I would. This feels natural to like try to block their face, block their hand with my lead hand.
I'll tell you what, I would go full Daniel Cormier, and I would go like this.
I mean, it makes sense.
It makes me feel like Eddie from Tekken.
Yeah, you got a little bit of control there. You got some control. You can slap, put your hand in their face. You don't hit the eyes, obviously.
Well,
I don't have big fingers.
Yeah,
I think I'd be able to just keep my hand in their face. You never know. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. But you're going Sean.
Fight tactics. Sean would be an idiot not to wrestle. But he's prepared for like every opponent that Izzy has. If you think he's not working on his jiu-jitsu and you think he's not working on his takedown defense, because he knows it's not a weakness, but it's not his strong suit.
Let's look at the Sugar Sean and Aljo fight.
Yeah.
Aljo was so concerned with Sean's footwork, with his feints, with everything he did to show what he might do. He only took one kind of shot. I was mistaken last week when I said he took no shots, but he did drive him into the cage once, was not able to complete the takedown. but he doesn't go for another shot.
Mm-mm.
And when he does go in head first, he gets popped. So you take someone like Izzy, there's a reason people don't always go for takedowns on him because they are concerned with what he's showing them. There's a fear there. Would you say that's accurate?
Oh, yeah, 100%. As much of a casual as you are, I like your fight breakdowns.
Expert analysis, baby.
Do you think Izzy has Alex power?
Straight up raw power, no.
Okay.
But if you try to like,
if you're unguarded, your chin's up, Izzy's gonna catch you.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to sleep either way. But
well,
let's say this. Like, I think if you did like a power punch thing, they'd be pretty equal, and only for the sense that like Izzy's mechanics are so ridiculous. Like he says, he's a sniper.
Yeah.
Alex is kind of like, I mean, he's also a bit of a sniper. Like his technical ability is absurd. So let's not even try to say I don't think he's technical, but he's just got like that freak power too.
Hands of stone.
Hands of stone.
I think Sean's chin failed him against Alex.
It was obliterated.
Oh, because he got knocked back, and then when he got knocked back,
it's not going to do him any favors.
I need him to look through a different lens this time. I need him to. You're not gonna catch Sean Strickland in a uneventful fight. It might not be the most entertaining, but you're gonna know like he finished his last opponent, outweathered the storm, and I just feel like he knows what's on the line, which he is coming into enemy territory. Did you hear he punched a fan in the stomach on the day he landed?
No.
Yeah, some guy goes, yeah, Izzy's gonna fuck you up, and he punched him in the stomach.
Sir! Yeah, don't say some shit to Sean Strickland.
Don't say anything to Sean Strickland, but thank you, sir. Talk to him. Yeah, no, I'd stay very far away from Sean Strickland.
Dudes, I mean, I think he said like he would like to kill someone in the ring. Is that an accurate statement?
I think that's an accurate statement, but even more of an accurate statement, he goes, guys, I just landed. I'm trying to find a kangaroo, and if I find one, I'm going to square up with it for you guys. So he's like...
Can we get that? Can we get that as our main event? Would you pay for it if Sean was fighting a real-life kangaroo in the main event? Let's say Izzy fights Drukas, and then after that, Sean versus the kangaroo.
As the main?
As the main.
Does the kangaroo get pay-per-view points?
Yeah. But he doesn't have to weigh in. Kangaroo comes in at whatever weight he's at.
260.
260, baby.
With the baby in the
gloves
pouch.
on?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Kangaroo Jack.
You know, they got the straight arm.
The pencil, the pen or whatever with the thing in the back. Yeah. No bullshitting. I got Sean Strickland because I don't want to mess up.
Sean, yes. Sean would probably fuck a kangaroo up, dude.
Dude, no, not with the kangaroo versus Izzy. I don't want him to.
Oh, I'm taking Izzy.
Oh, of course you are. You're an Izzy rider, bro, and I am too.
Izzy's my boy.
I am too.
He's probably not my favorite fighter in the UFC, but he's definitely like top 3, 4, 5. He's up there.
He's up there, and he's up there with me too because I really loved when he got his redemption on Alex. I really did.
It's such a moment. However,
go ahead.
I will add, Sean is going to own him in the presser.
This is one thing that I'm very, very, very excited to see. This is going to drop Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Is it Wednesday when they do the pressers?
No, it's Thursday.
Oh, this show will drop at Wednesday. Our show drops Wednesday at 5. I got you.
Yes. But I will agree with you. I think I think that Sean is cooking. I think he's cooking. And I know Izzy's going to try to come with some, like,
scripted.
Chael Sonnen lines.
Yeah. But he's a bit of a cornball.
Do you remember his 9/11 line?
No.
Yeah, he dropped a 9/11 line a couple press conferences ago, and everybody was just like, ooh, like, because he's not exactly American, so it's like you gotta be careful when you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
and he can be cringy and he can be corny. Like, I'm gonna leave you frozen like Elsa, and then
Worst line I've ever heard in my life.
he's a hit or miss.
Oh yes.
Where Sean is literally like, they weren't even fighting each other. They were just on the same card, and Sean's like, you got this mother, like owning him, which was the pre-press conference to the press conference that's gonna drop on Thursday. I'm excited. I'm excited for
It's gonna be fun.
For the verbal war. Not only the physical war, for the verbal war. What kind of antics? Well, go ahead. What kind of antics do you think you're going to see out of Izzy's walkout?
I'm not sure about the walkout. I mean, he took Alex more serious. He didn't have anything special.
Yeah.
I could see him bringing something back for Sean, though. Maybe a little TikTok dance, probably.
He's at home. He's at home for the most part.
Okay. Maybe we'll get like one of those battle dance things. I don't know what to call them. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I wish a motherfucker would.
He might.
I wish he would waste his energy doing some shit like that. And I say some shit, I don't mean shit. That's definitely their heritage. That doesn't intimidate me at all. I love it when the USA basketball team goes up against them. I love it when it's like, it's not a realm where they're going to fight and they do the dance. I'm like, who do you guys think you're kidding right now? Like, they're like, ah! Like, they go crazy. And
Did you just imagine someone in the streets, like you cross somebody the wrong way in New Zealand and then they do that shit in front of you?
I'm kicking them in the chest. I'm kicking a door down. I'm kicking them in the chest. I'm like, you're taking away HP every time you slap yourself. I'm about to put my boot in your chest. And then I'm going to do a shoey out of the boot. Anyways, we have another debut on this pay-per-view.
Yes.
That I think...
Personal favorite.
I think you're a little too excited about this.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, but I think you're a little too excited about this. And go ahead, tell the people.
I'm a professional. She's a professional. I'm a professional. We're professionals. Miss Laura Sanko will make her pay-per-view debut. Be the first female commentator in the modern UFC era to commentate a pay-per-view, and I do believe it is well deserved.
Okay.
She's a very good analyzer.
She's very beautiful to me. Like, you're that guy now.
I didn't say that. That's Robbie.
Laura Sanko is in uncharted waters.
It's going to be quite a show.
You always see the Megan O'Learys of the world and then the past of Laura Sanko, where they throw it to her and the camera's on them, and then the guy, the fighter, or the girl walks, and then they pan onto the fighter away from the announcer.
It's a cool shot. I think it's a pretty neat shot.
It is a neat shot, but then they get stuck doing backstage interviews. Laura has climbed the UFC ladder, has climbed the MMA ladder, and is basically, I mean, when you think about all the commentators, you got John Gooden, John Anik, Brennan Fitzgerald, Michael Bisping, Paul Felder, Dominic Cruz.
That's some news worth mentioning. Paul Felder has re-entered USADA. He's coming back.
For some reason. He said just in case he gets that itch. And the Korean Zombie really inspired him. So he's like, just in case, I want to go
Korean Zombie fight, man. That was the best retirement in UFC history. Nothing can top that. Everyone singing his song on the way out.
Yeah, maybe if he would have went out on a win, that could have been a
little
better.
He went out the way Korean Zombie was going to go out.
Did you have any tears?
Yeah, dude. I had a single tear action.
I had to stop myself. From being
It's
emotional.
a beautiful moment.
Oh, so beautiful. I got chills like listening to 20,000 plus.
Zombie. Everybody in that stadium, man. The shit was so cool. Nothing will top that.
Very cool. And I all respect to the Korean Zombie. You're always welcome on the Couch Casuals podcast.
Always.
The fight.
We'll get a translator.
100%.
I saw him live.
Really?
He was in UFC Greenville the last time, the time before this year. Right before you went to Raleigh, that same year, they were in Greenville, and he was the headliner, and he KO'd somebody in the first round. But, like, when his entrance is definitely one of the coolest, hands down, because of that song.
I mean, it's such a good song.
It's such a classic.
Shout out to the Cranberries. You're always welcome on the Couch Casuals.
Always welcome to the Cranberries, dude.
This past weekend, I mentioned him a little earlier. Surreal Gone fought, and during his main event fight, his apartment got robbed.
I saw that
for 150,000 euros, and I'm like, dude, and I'm willing to bet 100,000 of those euros are from his FIFA online team, and the packages he's bought. That guy, John Jones, was talking about it. Surreal Gone, his fantasy league team or whatever is on FIFA is top 60 in the world.
That's wild.
This guy, all he wants to do is play video games, and so I'm with that. I fuck with that. I love video games. I don't really play that much anymore, but I'll stomp some ass in FIFA. This guy, he needs to move. You're too big. You're too big as in like weight wise, and you're too big to live in a small town apartment. And Paris is kind of crazy. I understand that you're riding for Paris, but you gotta get some isolation because you're fighting in a main event. I mean, when stuff like that happens, it's got to be somewhat of an inside job, or like, oh, he's fighting tonight. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, the only time you're gonna rob Cyril Gahn's house is during a fight.
Because you're not gonna rob him while he's asleep.
Somebody should have said that to the guy that tried to rob John back in the day.
I mean, you could.
John sprinted out with a shotgun.
A lot of people aren't gonna like me for this, but you could take your chances with Anthony Smith. Because when he got robbed, the guy who shouldn't have been able to put up any kind of fight gave Anthony a run for his money. So I don't know whether there was amphetamines involved or anything of that such.
I'm not an Anthony Smith fan.
That's crazy because you look just like him.
I do. He's a good-looking dude. I didn't say he's bad-looking. I just don't like his personality.
You're a good-looking dude.
Thank you.
So, backtracked, sidetracked, whatever you want to call it.
We just tracked all over the place. We went from Laura Sanko to TKZ to Cyril Gahn.
Mama Sanko is making her pay-per-view debut. When she made her broadcast debut, I felt like she was a little combative with her opinions versus Bisping.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think she tried really hard to not be walked over.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree with that. And let's see if she can tone that down a touch. She
just needs to talk about what's going on. I don't want to know. I don't want to know her advice. I don't want to know her opinions. Just tell me what's going on.
The full who all's commentating? Is it going to be like DC, John, and her?
Oh, I don't think it's any of the regulars.
None of the regulars.
I don't think it's any of the regulars.
Can I find that? I'm gonna try to find that.
Look at it, because you have Danger Down Under, dude, and
Dinky Down Under.
The dingo ate 70% of this card.
Okay, so no, it's gonna be Anik, DC, Laura. I think it's a great team for her to debut with.
I mean, I think it's kind of a handicap. Like,
she's a handicap?
She's the handicap. Because
you give me a handicap.
How do you not do well with DC and John right beside you?
I could be thrown into a pay-per-view and comment. I could comment with those guys.
You know what you have to do when you have John Anik and DC beside you? You know what you have to do?
I mean, I fit in, dude. Look.
But do you know what you have to do with DC and John beside you?
You have to do. Oh, yeah, you have to. I mean, I probably would. Could you imagine sitting that close to a fight, talking about it? Like, you're more in the moment. And that's another thing. It's like when you're in the stadium, they feel so much more intense than when you're watching them on TV. And I freak out when I watch them on TV.
They're close enough to get blood on them. John Anik has got blood on him before.
Multiple times.
We're on our way. I hope you know.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Well,
LFA called me earlier. Actually, I turned them down, but like I said, we're still we're still feeling things out. LFA.
we don't want to sign too much.
We'll call you.
Yeah. We have other organizations. We got, WFC, KFC. We got a bunch. One Championship called me earlier. They want me to actually train with Demetrius Johnson. He needs help.
Okay.
He needs help with his next opponent. That being said,
understandable. Brandon Martin?
Yeah, it might be a little bit of an issue with how we do our show because we're in the same time zone right now. But I think
figure it out.
I think I'm gonna have to move to Japan.
That's gonna be a big difference.
Do they have McDonald's over there?
Oh yeah, dude, they got McDonald's. They got the teriyaki burger.
McDouble. Anyways, before we get too crazy, this has been UFC 293 Adesanya versus Sean Strickland.
Danger down under.
Recap: we both have Tyson Pedro. We both have Justin Tafa.
No, I have Austin Lane.
You're gross.
You're gross.
You have Austin Lane, so that's the first fork in the road.
Yeah, a couple forks this time.
I got
a number of forks.
Now, I'm helping you right now. I'm not giving you bragging rights, but every single time that we do this, bragging rights are up, and I want you to know that.
Every time we split, we'll have some BRs on the line. Not Brazilians, bragging rights.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Where's your wig? Now,
it
before
it didn't ship to the right house. I will have it next week. Next week, the pink wig will be on my head. 100%.
Well, okay, you already said it, but I was gonna give you an out. If you win bragging rights, you don't have to wear the wig.
Nah, dude, the wig is going on my head.
The wig is coming.
I'll wear it for Sean and Izzy.
When's the last time you had hair?
I mean, you mean longer than a little buzz cut? Because if so, earlier today. But like longer than like an inch, man. 5 years ago, 6 years ago now.
I love it. I love your cut.
It's pretty solid.
You're such a handsome young man.
Thanks, baby.
But no, I really feel like this is gonna be a sleeper card. I know that you might not know all the names.
It could be.
And that's not even you. It's our fans. That's our friends. But I would tune in. If you have to buy this, I strongly suggest that you buy this.
Buy it.
But don't let a paywall get in your way. Because you're about to see history. You're about to see the most brash, loudest mouth, CTE brain driven champion of all time.
Yes.
When he sleeps is
real.
Oh,
that's not happening. But
no. He's going to WF him. He's not
going to do that.
If he's smart, if he has any level of intelligence, he's going to use... Because you got to respect Sean's hands because the volume is there. He has more significant strikes per minute than Izzy does. Because there's
Izzy's more of a counterpuncher.
He's footwork. He's counterpunching.
So that's going to play into Izzy's hand, if anything.
I hope so. Because
I mean,
with my heart,
Sean's not making it out of the second round.
With my heart, I don't want my parlay messed up. Because if you have Sugar Sean, Sean Strickland, and Colby Covington as champions, how do you even market our organization? How?
It's a wild. It would be a wild time. You go from the three African kings they advertised last year to three the most white trash motherfuckers in the UFC. And I love Sean, Sugar Sean, that is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love Sean Strickland. He is funny though.
He's out of pocket.
He is way out of pocket.
He's out of pocket. And then Colby Covington is so out of pocket.
Colby's like a mystery to me. I used to absolutely hate him. Then I find out it's mostly a character and that most of the guys like him.
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes. I'm like, okay. And then him and Weili Zhang's friendship is pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
So Colby's rubbing off on me a little bit.
Nice. I like that.
A little bit.
When I watched him versus Usman too, I showed up to Buffalo Wild Wings in a red blazer, a blue shirt, and white shoes. I was red, white, and blue for America, for Colby Covington, for Donald Trump. We don't get political on this show.
No,
but Donald
no
Trump.
politics.
Donald Trump is a fight fan, and his favorite fighters include Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington for sure.
This is kind of a funny thing in general because they hate each other.
Oh, I mean, they don't have to.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, but they do.
They do.
That being said, on to the MMA memes of the week.
Your final segments. We've got some juicy ones, boys.
We're going
And
Kyle's.
girls.
We're going Kyle's first. We have. Is this a naked Duplessis?
That is Dricus Duplessis shoving his genitals right into Robert Whittaker's face in a summary of what that fight was, and it was just an ass whooping. It's just some random shit I saw. It's not clever. It's not unique. It's just funny as hell looking to me, and that's all it really could be.
What?
It's just so dumb.
What an edit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Dude.
What a weird 8-bit.
I feel like that's the first time I've seen that. I feel like there's got to be hundreds of like that exact edit out there for somebody else.
Can we recap that fight for like 5 seconds? That's something I didn't see coming. You sent me a text that said, "Holy shit, Dricus."
Yeah.
Because you didn't. You had him, but you didn't see that coming.
I had like a little. I was like a little bit on Dricus. Like I could have seen it happening. I could have seen him winning, but the way it happened, the dominant fashion in which he beat Robert Whittaker was kind of absurd. He made it look easier than Izzy did. Dricus is the real deal. I think he's going to be a problem for Izzy when they fight.
The real African?
The real African.
You talking about Mike Perry?
Yes, that's the real African. Mike Perry. That's my boy. Always welcome on the show, Mike Perry. That might be my number one want. Let's get Mike Perry on this show. That's the dream guest.
I think that is the dream guest.
Mike Perry gets smarter the more he gets hit.
I think you're right. I think he's an X-Men.
He's got reverse CTE. Now study his brain.
This is a science. This is a scientific discovery that the couch casual stumbled upon.
We're the first. We're the first to discover this. That man has reverse CTE.
Do you think that the Dricus Izzy fight happens?
Oh yeah, I think it happens. I think it's the next fight for Izzy.
Why not right now? Why is Sean?
I don't. Did Dricus pull out with an injury?
Did Sean Strickland get vacation time from Burger King, or what's going on right now?
That's all. This should be Dricus and Izzy right now.
Regardless, Dricus will be a problem for Izzy when they cross that path.
That's a violent man.
Dricus is a.
He's not afraid to wade into fire, heavy fire, and do what he has to do.
On to my meme of the week.
Let's see it, baby.
Which it was supposed to be about Mike Perry. Because I had one that said, Michael Chandler said, if Mike Perry was younger, I would adopt him too. But
that's pretty good.
But it had the speaker emoji like over the two part, and I didn't like the crop and the edit. So
yeah,
this is mine. Enough. This is mine right now. This is Marab Davalishvili and Aljamain Sterling. These guys are buds. These guys are bros.
They are bros. They refuse to fight each other, bros.
Well, these are like, I feel like Marab to Aljo, even though Aljo has a fiance wife going on. I feel like Marab is bros before hoes.
Marab, so I think Aljo is like pretty good friends with Marab, but I think Marab secretly is in love with Aljo.
You think so?
Cause like, I think if the situation was reversed, if Marab was champ, Aljo would fight Marab for the title 100%. I do not believe he would back out of that fight. Marab will not fight Aljo. Will not fight Aljo. He won't even fight Sean while Aljo's still in the division.
See, this is tough. This is tough. But I'm gonna question our friendship right now.
Oh no.
I'm making 155. And if you hold the 170 belt and we train together, what would you want me to do?
You want a piece of the 170?
The question is, do you want a piece of the 170?
Look, man. If I had to lose to anybody, I'd want it to be you.
Damn it, Kyle. You're gonna... I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
We're not fighting.
I
The
don't
Couch Casuals will not fight.
I don't want the
I'll move up.
I don't want the
I'll go to
DC
185.
Okay.
I'll take on Izzy.
No.
I'll get pieced the fuck up for that.
I'll be in your corner. I'm throwing in the towel the second I think that you can't do it. All right.
I'm blitzing him with shots.
You took a summer of Muay Thai. Okay. So
I'm blitzing. I'm going for the double leg, the single leg. I'm gonna fucking. Dude, I've been watching a little bit of Olympic wrestling. Jordan Burroughs.
You've been watching Jordan Burroughs?
I've been watching a little Jordan Burroughs.
You've been watching little Gable Stevenson?
Little Gable Stevenson?
Or Stevenson?
Date Bomb?
I think
it is Stevenson. It's a very weird name.
Well, I think it should be Stevenson, but that's just my opinion.
Stevenson. But yeah, I'm going for that double leg. I'm going to wrap them ankles up. He's not getting away from me.
He's not?
I'm wrestle fucking Izzy for 5 rounds.
Okay. What are your final thoughts on UFC 293? Because mine
I love all the UFC pay-per-views.
Mine are buy.
Definitely buy.
Buy. Please.
Definitely
buy this pay-per-view because you are missing out on the chance of a lifetime to see the upset, to see Robbie V, Robbie Paul, Robbie DuBronx.
He's not winning this time, folks.
Oh, bragging rights? BR? Bleacher Report?
BR is not happening, Bubba.
I need you to sing my praises if I do, though.
I mean, I will. You'll get the BRs.
You think so?
No, I don't think. No, if you win, I'll sing your praises, but you're not going to this time.
We'll decide the stakes offline, or off camera, rather.
Okay.
I love you very much.
I love you, and I love our fans.
Oh, I love all of our friends, all of our fans, all of the casuals out there. If you think that you don't know enough about MMA, then that's your opinion. But if you're tuning into this show and you're listening to two casuals talk about the monopoly that is the UFC, the main attraction that is the UFC,
the golden promotion,
you're doing something right.
So we're here to guide you through the storm of the UFC.
More is coming. We have Spotify coming. We have Twitter.
We have sponsorships coming.
Twitter sponsors. Interviews coming. Okay.
Dana's going to be on this show by the end of the year.
2023?
2023.
Yeah, I'll probably have to fabricate that somehow. But we'll see, okay?
Watch it.
But what we won't do is let you down.
No, never. We will not let you fans down.
We have been the Couch Casuals, and you have been tuning in to your favorite MMA podcast.
CCMMA.
This is Robert Dylan Vasquez with my handsome, beautiful, charismatic, caring co-host
Kyle Diorio.
And we will see
a dinky down under.
With the Dinky UFC 293, the Dinky down under.
It's a dinky down under.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
And
Peace.
We will see you later. Bye.